Hello, friends. I'm coming to you from my home. Like everybody else, we have to get used to that kind of communication. And what I'm going to talk about today is the professional tenant. And my heading is for this particular session, which is not very long. I'm just going to give you some tips of what to do when you have to rent your place, whether you're an agent acting for your landlord, or whether you're a landlord meeting first time the particular client or prospective tenant that's going to be in your place. So I have a few ideas, some thoughts and ideas that I'm going to share with you. I'm going to use a technique that I've never used before. It's a PowerPoint presentation, which I'm going to share with you. You all know, of course, that there are no eviction hearings at all, which are scheduled, unless it's an urgent matter. But then, can you imagine that over a week ago, what I've heard was that there are 86,000 cases before the landlord tenant board, 86% of them is for eviction. So I would imagine that it's going to be a long time before any case is going to be heard. I think a year. Many people call me and tell me I have one client, the tenant hasn't paid rent for 6 months, and we can't have a hearing at all. So they're in bad shape. In any event, this is my PowerPoint presentation, and like I said, I'm beginning with you can't make this stuff up. And we are. Next stage, next slide. It could be your worst nightmare when you try to rent to a new tenant and you have to have eyes in the back of your head in order to find out who this particular person is. We do the usual credit check, of course, but that's not enough. In the old days, I used to have a session with many agents explaining how I do things and what I do and tips that they can use when they lease a place or when they sell a place. And the last 10 years of my professional life, I've been doing real estate law only, and I've been a real estate broker for 50 years. So I know a little bit about real estate. And what is a professional tenant? A professional tenant is someone who understands the legal loopholes and technicalities in order to game the system to their advantage. And I've seen many of them. Many of them take advantage of the landlord to a point where it's unbelievable. You know, a landlord has an investment and he lives off that investment and he can't make a living because there's a professional tenant in there. Now, what is a professional tenant? Well, he may not look like that, but he may look like that, very professional and very nice, or he may look like that. Or he may look like this lady or this lady. And then after they leave the place, this is the mess that they leave for thousands and thousands of dollars. And that really hurts, because that's an investment that somebody has, and the tenant leaves a terrible mess. That's why you have to be so careful. And this is an email I received from, I was acting for one client, and the tenant claimed that they put a bomb in the back of the yard. That's the whole email. I didn't put a name. It's just unbelievable to court. We had to go to court. Just an unbelievable situation that has occurred. So what are some of the points that we have to remember? And I'm going to read some of them for you. Tenant screening, first of all, the credit report, of course. If there's a sob story or anything of that nature, be careful. Playing on empathy, very important. Oh, delay tactics, don't pay the rent. Do you know that you can actually file don't pay the rent on time? You can file an N4 for non-payment of rent. If you need more information from a legal point of view, please contact me. I have a whole books, if you will, that they can help you with that situation before your client, your landlord rents it to somebody, or you take on the situation where you rent it to somebody, because you are on, you could be held liable in some way. I want to thank you for your time. Pleasure to be with you virtually. But if you need to get in touch with me or get a hold of me, my name is Avi Rosen. The avirosen.ca is my website. Uh, Nice to talk to you. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thank you. Stay safe.